Ready to come along with me and help me clean out my freezers, get them organized, inventoried, all the things? Well, let's do it. I'm Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and for those of you who know me, you know that I'm a frugal grocery shopper and I find a lot of bargains. It is the reason I have a working stockpile in our basement and in our pantry, but one of the best ways I save our family money is that I make sure to stockpile perishable things as well, and that is where my freezers come in. I actually have 3 freezers, and I've never shown you all of them, but I have my kitchen fridge, obviously. I have an upright freezer in our laundry room, and then we do have a garage fridge freezer combo as well. So just again, another small space. I'm going to show you all of them today and show you exactly what I have in them. We're going to get them organized. We're going to inventory everything. And then we're going to talk about what my plan is for using what I have in my freezer and restocking as well, because that's part of having a good freezer and finding the deals. You want to stock up on them, but you definitely have to use them, especially with perishable things. I'll share you some of my tips along the way of how I package things in the freezer as well. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start right in here with the kitchen freezer, which this is real life. I'm going to show you that before I've used them, we'll take everything out and get it organized and look through what's in this freezer. And then we'll move on. So real life, you can see Bible memory verse, preschool schedules, all the magnets. Let's take a look. Here we go. In the freezer. And everything is just kind of shoved in there right now because this is the one I use the most. A lot of times I will grab things from the back freezer, move it into here. So we're gonna start here. I'm gonna pull everything out, get it organized, show you what's in there. Let's get going. Here's everything sorted out. I finished wiping out the freezer really well. Amazing how many crumbs collect even in a freezer. All of this was in this little freezer. So let me show you what I have, what we're going to use right here. So of course we always have ice cream. We have some pepperoni rolls. We will go ahead and make those next time we have company over. This was from Snacks with Friends. Couple things of French fries and potatoes. Need to finish off some of those bags before we open up any more. Couple random ice treats from the kids. I have some frozen pepperoni and salami, which I use to make pizza sliders. So again, I will make those next time. Keep that in the freezer. Bread freezes great. So we have some hamburger buns that we didn't eat all of. Next time we have hamburgers, that's ready. Crusts of bread from Homemade Uncrustables, and then homemade bread. So when I slice it, what we use in a couple days is great. And then I keep the slices in the freezer to make toast or sandwiches. Pancakes, and I definitely need to actually restock this on Saturdays and make a double batch of pancakes and freeze them for the week so the kids can easily just microwave them in the morning and have pancakes. I have here, these are crushed cornflakes for potato casserole. Just keep those in the freezer ready to go. Some whipping cream that I froze. It will not whip as well, but when you're cooking with it, it does work in a pinch if you don't want it to go to waste. I have 2 canning jars of spaghetti pizza sauce right there, and then 2 of taco soup. So these jars actually are peanut butter lids. Peanut butter lids and mayo lids fit perfectly on canning jars, and I love to freeze in them. As long as you don't fill your jar super full, it works great. So I do freeze in those a lot. Some coffee packets for a company who would drink coffee. Diced onions. I tried it this time, flash freezing them and putting them in a jar. Verdict's out. I don't know how much I love it, but I do love having diced onions. I have tons of assorted bags of just vegetables that we need to finish up. And fruits. So I've got raspberries, Brussels sprouts, mixed vegetables, edamame, broccoli, corn, peas, more mixed vegetables right there, cauliflower, some pepper strips. I will use those in fajitas. I didn't eat all of them fresh, so quick stuck them in the freezer. And then these were some fruits I had done myself. I've got some blackberries there, some sweet cherries frozen, and then blueberries. I actually had 3 bags of blueberries, consolidated that into one. I've got some fresh pork there, some different meats, a couple hot dogs, tacos, or 2 random cookies we need to finish. And then these we will eat soon. This is Sloppy Joe's right in that one. I'm actually going to put that right in the fridge. And this one is some brisket from last time. Again, I'm going to put that in the fridge and we're going to eat that this week. And this was some Velveeta dip we didn't eat. Again, I will put that out next time we have any friends over. And then some Oreo cookies for cheesecake, when I make a cheesecake crust. Sliced almonds, again, for baking. Oh, and the one other thing I always keep in my freezer actually is this ground flax. I use this as an egg substitute a lot of times. So 1 tablespoon of flax plus 3 tablespoons of water equals 1 egg. And I find that this works, and this is just ground flax. I get it at a local Amish bulk food store. You can buy it on Amazon, wherever. I'll try to leave a link. It works really well in baked goods and muffins. So, all right, that's everything from this freezer. Quick overview. I'm going to put it back in and then I will show you what it looks like now. Here's inside this fridge, and so much better now. So we have those couple soups and sauces up there, onions. Tried to get all the veggies consolidated right there so I can easily grab them. Top is the ice cream, frozen fruit, and some of those snacks. We'll finish those up, work on that. And then down here I have some of the meats, the breads, and the frozen potatoes. Didn't take that long either. So let's go tackle the big freezer now. All right, we're in our laundry room. Yes, there's my freezer storage. That is sweet potatoes and potatoes in one basket, some candy up there. Freezer locks here, and real life. Let's take a look at the freezer as it looks right now. This is my main extra freezer. Pretty disorganized, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you a quick overview, show you everything that is in it right now. I'm gonna take it out and inventory it and then show you what it looks like organized. So as you can see, lots to work with. Let me go ahead and give you a quick peek at the garage freezer too, because I'm going to try to consolidate those things. Here's the garage freezer. I've been using these baby locks for the past year. I will leave a link to them. It was like 2 of them were under 10, and these are the best things ever. So easy to take on and off, but they really keep my freezer from getting knocked ajar. All right, so as you can see, this one, it's basically lots of butter and ice cream. Just a couple things in here. I am going to see how I can consolidate all of these things. Maybe just have this for the extra ice cream. This fridge is really just drinks that we keep in here. So let's get to work organizing. All right, I am all done. I got everything organized and sorted and rearranged. You know, I'm always amazed every time I do this. It doesn't take nearly as long as I think it's going to take, and it feels so good when I get it all done. All right, I'm gonna show you the freezers, how it looks. I'll try to explain a couple things as I go through it, but then I will show you the official tally and inventory of everything that I have in the freezer. All right, I'm gonna start and show you actually the garage fridge, because I switched things around there, and then I'll show you this big fridge behind me. All right, here is the garage fridge now. I decided to make this the extra ice cream, frozen pizza, frozen fish sticks, frozen chicken strips, just the quick kind of snack meal things, or things, you know, my husband, if he wants them late at night. There are ice packs there, just some popsicles and those 2 pot pies, a frozen cheese ball there, some different things. But really, this is what I'm going to try to keep it as. The frozen pizzas, so we can quickly, easily see how many we have, the ice cream, and then any other quick convenience foods. But the bulk of my food, I moved all the butter and everything into the main freezer. Want to see how much butter I have? Let's go. All right, here we go. Nicely, neatly organized. Once again, I can see everything. I know exactly how much I have, and it feels so good to have an organized space. I didn't really have to do much with these doors here. It stayed pretty well organized. So frozen concentrate, some candy corn. Those are my Ghirardelli chocolate chips I use mainly for dipping Buckeyes. So I just keep them in the freezer to make sure they last. Some assorted frozen mixed vegetables, green beans, corn, extra yeast, which I keep in the freezer too. Almost ready to get into that. Some more ice packs. This is some frozen cheese. These smaller bags here are all the 2 cups, but then I have some larger ones. Another frozen bag of cheese for homemade pizzas, broccoli, a little bit of rice cauliflower, 1 bag of tater tots. That's the only tater tots I have. Sausage, brats, hot dogs. We don't do a ton of those. And then this was some Every Plate meat. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link to Every Plate below. I scored some great deals on it recently. So I have 2 chicken, 2 pork chops, and 4 ground beef right there, which I will count in my inventory of those different meats. All right, let's just stay on the bottom and we'll go up through the freezers. All right, so this bottom, there is a large pork butt, which you can see over here on the side, and there is a thing of pork ribs, but then the rest of this is all my frozen French fries and these frozen southern hashed browns here. There was a great deal back in December, and potatoes have gotten so expensive and seem to be in shortage sometimes, so I really stocked up. So I'm well set on those. That's what that shelf pretty much is. This is a bag of buns here, but then the rest of it is all my meat. So we have chicken, which I package raw in about 3-pound bags. I have some diced chicken back there in 2 cups. These are pork chops in the one here, and then these are hamburger patties. I will leave links to the videos of how I prep and package my meats in the description, so if you want to see more about that, you can. But those are hamburger patties wrapped and packaged there. The thing of brisket, and then that is my only package of ground beef. I knew I was running low, but yikes, only that there. Moving up, we're going to call this my baked goods shelf here. So I have some cookies, peanut clusters, cranberry bars, some tortillas. Tortillas freeze great. Homemade bread. Every time I make a batch, I try to go ahead and bake one to eat right away and freeze the other. Sometimes I freeze it whole, sometimes sliced. That is ground pork in the bag here, as well as another pork butt, some pork tenderloins, a whole frozen turkey breast, not a whole turkey, to smoke there. And then these are homemade crepes. My kids and I love these homemade crepes, sausage crepes. We will eat those soon. Then we have one pie. I have a bunch of blueberries. I actually have 10 bags of blueberries. They were washed and frozen in 2 cups. In the back there, I have apple pie kits. I will leave a link to the recipe on how I do that. So I have apples in one bag, crust in another, and topping in another. It makes making an apple pie so easy. And I'm down to my last 3 of those, which we will work until the fall time. I have some cranberries from Cranberry Date Bars, some extra bread there, French bread, and some rolls to do sliders, which I will use soon. And then this is all my butter stocked up from the holidays. I don't know if you can see this, if I kind of go on the side, it goes 3 back, and each one of these is 4 tall, so there are 12 in a row. So I have 36 pounds of butter in the freezer, and that should definitely get me at least until the Easter sales, when I will restock, as well as the 4 pounds that I currently have in the fridge. I just move them straight from the freezer to the fridge, and it works perfectly for me. So that is my restocked, cleaned, and organized freezer here. You've seen all of them. So now let's look at the inventory and what I have learned from cleaning this out again. All right, those of you who have stuck with me, here is the official tally of everything I have in the freezers. I really wanted to especially tally up my meat. So, raw chicken, those are each in about 2 to 3 pound bags, packaged that way. I have 9 packages. Cooked diced chicken in 4 cups for poppy seed chicken. I only have 2, definitely need to restock that. Raw chicken cut and prepped for fajitas, 1 bag. Cooked hamburger, only 1 of those. Raw hamburger, I have 2 packages. I'm counting those every plate packages in there. There are 2 servings that I would use for 2 meals. Definitely need to restock there. 6 stacks of hamburger patties, so that's good. 2 pork chops, 3 pork tenderloins, 2 big pork butts. We're going to go ahead and cook 1 of those this upcoming week already and try smoking it. 1 pork ribs, 4 packages of ground pork. Unfortunately, it has just recently started going up quite a bit at Kroger. I used to always get it for $1.49, then $1.99. Then I saw $2.99 just earlier in the month, and the other day it said $3.99. So might not be buying that quite as much. We'll see how the price figures out. 1 thing of sausage, 1 package of crepes, 1 of brisket already cooked, ready to serve, 6 packages of the frozen hash browns, 6 frozen French fries, in addition to the open packages that were in my freezer. 1 tater tots, 1 brats, 1 hot dogs, 6 frozen pizzas, nice quick easy dinner, 1 large bag of the Tyson chicken strips, 1 really large bag of fish sticks for my husband, who's the only one who likes those, 3 apple pie kits, 10 packages of blueberries. I've got lots of those. My kids love to eat them frozen, or I have a really good recipe for blueberry cream cheese pie. I'll leave that link in there. Cranberries for Cranberry Date Bars. Yes, I'll leave that recipe link as well. 6 packages unopened of frozen veggies, as well as all the assorted ones opened. 6 packages of frozen shredded cheese, 6 frozen juice concentrates, and, oh yes, the 1 turkey breast. So when I counted up all that meat, it was enough for more than 35 meals, not counting the pork butts, and the ribs, which will last for multiple meals. So that's pretty great. What did I learn from that? Well, let me tell you. I'm just gonna stay here by my freezer and wrap this up. So doing this was a great way to take a look at what I have. I have a pretty well stocked freezer, but it's very manageable. I don't have a surplus. I am using all of this meat. I really don't stress about the expiration dates because I am rotating it. When I get new packages of meat that I prep, I will make sure I put it in a separate bag, a large bag. I really like to use the 2-gallon size bags. That is how I group all my meat, if you didn't notice that. So I will package my meat in the smaller bags, and then I will put them in larger 2-gallon bags. Oh my goodness, that just makes it so much easier to keep things corralled on those shelves. I'll leave a link to those too as well. They're super handy. You can find them at Walmart, or I have bought them on Amazon before. So looking at this though, I feel like I'm pretty well stocked. I'm pleased that I have hamburger patties ready to go. I am pleased that I actually have as much raw chicken as I have. I feel good about that. But the 2 areas that I definitely noticed that I need to restock are on our diced and cooked chicken, ready for poppy seed chicken, because my kids love that, and we eat that at least once a month. And it does tend to be my go-to meal if I am taking a meal to someone who's just had a baby or a friend or anything. So I definitely need to buy some chicken and prep it for that. And hamburger. I've been watching the price on ground beef, and it just keeps going up, and I haven't been able to buy it. Now, the sales on ground beef typically are at Labor Day, which is the last time I think I really stocked up, and Memorial Day. It's still Memorial Day sales are still another good 4 months off. Let's see, February, March, April, May, 3 months. I'm gonna have to buy ground beef before then. It's one of those, that is one of our traditional things that we do a lot of. We do a lot of tacos or sloppy joes, or I have an enchilada casserole, things we cook with. We tend to cook with chicken, pork, or ground beef, and then we have really started doing a lot more of pork chops and different things. I'm gonna be watching for sales on those. You can follow along on this channel if you aren't already. Every Thursday you will see what I am buying, and I am definitely going to be watching for some meat sales to keep my freezer stocked. This is one of the best ways you're going to save money on your grocery budget, is by buying that meat when you find a good deal and freezing it, because it will save you so much money knowing you don't have to pay full price for meat, and you can cook whatever meal you want just by going to your freezer. All right, so that's how my freezer looks. I haven't really made a menu plan from this, but stay tuned. I've been thinking through lots of different things. The way my meat's prepped, it's pretty easy to draw, grab a bag of whatever and just start using it. I am going to try working through a little bit of that, even as I'm looking to restock things in my freezer. All right, any takeaways? Anything you were surprised that I had of? How much butter do you have in your freezer? Or what is 1 or 2 of the items that you always keep there? It's definitely butter for me. It would always be baked goods. I always have some sort of baked goods for surprise company or friends, and then definitely meat. Those are the top 3 things that I always freeze, but I'd love to know what's in your freezer too. So this, though, was a look inside my freezer. I hope you found this helpful. If you would like to see a look at my actual pantry stockpile in the basement, I will leave a link in the description to that video as well. But I thank you so much for joining me here, like always, and I will see you on Thursday with this next week's grocery haul.